Hey, it's Eric from the Goaltrainers from the beautiful Gran Canaria, and in this video you will learn what the #1 mistake is that most people make when creating a healthy lifestyle and what to do about it. Before I go into all the details about this problem, I first want you to imagine a time in your life where you decided to take a healthy lifestyle a little bit more serious. Maybe you started a diet. Maybe you wanted to work out and you set up all these habits that you wanted to achieve for yourself, like for example going to the gym 4 times a week because you really want to get that stubborn belly fat away. Or maybe you wanted to eat clean all the time. At least I know that for me that was exactly the case. I started to go to the gym 5 times a week. I started to eat clean all the time. But eventually I failed after a couple of weeks. The first weeks were amazing. I started to lose weight, I started to gain muscle, but after a couple of weeks it wasn't sustainable anymore. And now you might be thinking, well, why wasn't that sustainable? Because that's exactly what I'm doing. Well, let's dive a little bit deeper into that, because the reason why it wasn't sustainable for me is because I was focused on the short-term result. I was focused on what I wanted to achieve 1 month or 2 months from now, and not about the long-term consequence of what I was doing. I want to create a healthy, eventually I want to create a healthy lifestyle over a longer period of time, because you don't have any benefits if you just stay healthy for 3 months and then after that you drop all your habits. It just doesn't work like that. So instead of working on a structure that is consistently over a longer period of time, I was just putting all my effort in the first couple of weeks. So I was going to the gym 5 times a week. I was eating clean all the time. I didn't cut some slack on myself. And that's where my willpower started to drop after a couple of weeks. So here are a couple of tips you can use in order to create a long-term healthy lifestyle instead of a short-term one that is about to drop after a couple of months. Let's talk about the first tip. The first tip is all about getting a sustainable goal. Now, we all have this one friend who wants to get rid of his or her belly fat, who wants to get a six-pack or at least wants to get a little bit leaner. And when you're focusing on getting a six-pack, what most people tend to do is that they focus on getting the six-pack as fast as possible instead of getting the six-pack as long as possible. I want you to have a six-pack even when you're 60 even. So when you're thinking about that goal, that one goal, getting a six-pack or at least getting leaner, what you want to do is you want to focus on the long-term result, the long-term goal. So what you want to focus on is not just only the six-pack, but the way that you can get the six-pack. And that is how you create a healthy lifestyle. So the next time that you're setting up goals for yourself, think about it. Do you really want to have it for the first couple of months? Or do you want to have it for all of those years that you still have to go through in your life? So now let's move to tip number 2. Because now that you know what your goal is and that you want to have it for a longer period of time, what you now can do is you can create a list of different habits that can move you towards that goal, that can help you towards that long and sustainable goal. So create a list of 10 habits that can help you in that. And then we can also move to tip number 3. And tip number 3 is to scratch 7 of them off. And that's a little bit counterintuitive, but what you do with that is that you can actually help yourself to focus on 2 or 3 habits. Because what you focus on in life will manifest in your life. And if you focus on 10 different habits that can all move you towards that goal, your attention will be scattered around all of those 10 habits and you will eventually manifest nothing in your life. So scratch off 7 and focus on 2 or 3 habits for at least 2 or 3 months, and then after that, look on how you are doing right now. So when we're looking back on this video, what we see is that The number one mistake that most people make when they want to create a healthy lifestyle is that they focus on the short-term result. Instead, what you want to do is you want to focus on the long-term result. Focus on that six-pack when you're 60, not when you're 16. And how you can do that is by creating sustainable habits. You can use these 3 tips in your own life and let us know how it goes. We are the Goaltrainers and we're focusing on your healthy habits. Come fly with us.